Hello and good morning and welcome back, or welcome if this is the first video that you've ever clicked on. My name is Mallory of Mal's Fit Kitchen. I'm a future dietitian and I just love to share all the real information about nutrition, about wellness. My dog's going freaking nutso. Yeah, just all of the real things that people don't always like to talk about. And last week, or 2 weeks ago maybe now, me and Brian were featured on Emily Feichel's Let's Thrive podcast. It was such a fun conversation, and one of you guys reached out to me afterwards and gave me the best video idea to show a comparison of what I eat in a day versus Brian, and then how we kind of navigate also eating together. Because as someone that went through a disordered eating past, and I can link videos down below about that if you are more interested in my journey, I do think that it's something that's hard to navigate, figuring out how to fit what works for your body and also not allow your disordered mind or past thoughts to kind of like take over what you should be eating, as well as fitting in what your partner or your family or your friends eat. So I love this idea, and along the way I'll explain the different meals and kind of we can look at the comparison and do a little debrief at the end together.
Good morning, everyone. So it's 5:45 in the morning. I just got to the gym. Sorry, the lighting is terrible. I'm in a parking garage. Today we are doing a what I eat in a day, but kind of comparing what Mal eats in a day versus, I guess you guys wanted to see what I eat in a day. So to start, it's not really food, but before the gym, I have my Evertrain Fruit Punch pre-workout. And so that's how we're gonna go ahead and get our day started. And then I'll see you guys after the gym for breakfast.
Okay, so I almost forgot to film my breakfast, as in I did forget, but I decided that after having 2 waffles, I wanted a third. So I'm having a third Birch Benders waffle. I'm gonna put some of this delicious syrup on it, some Mayuko's butter, and then the other 2 I had sun butter and banana on it too, so a full banana. But I'm gonna eat this up, and then I'll make my coffee and we can make it together.
All right, you guys, it's about 7 o'clock now. I just got settled into my office, so I'm gonna have my protein shake. Right now I've been doing the Ghost Chips Ahoy whey protein. Normally I use the vegan one. Dairy doesn't usually sit well, but I've tried incorporating this back in. So we will have 1 scoop of this protein. I'll drink the shake and put my boots on, check emails, stuff like that, and then probably have breakfast in like 20 minutes. All right, so we are now ready for breakfast today. If you guys follow Mallory, you know she eats yogurt bowls a lot. So that has been passed on. They're easy to prep for me to go to work. So today we have a yogurt bowl of bananas, strawberries, granola, nut butter. We got a blender bomb in there. Those are always good. And Trader Joe's 0% Greek yogurt. That'll be my breakfast. See you at snack time.
Friends, I am struggling to remember to film today, but I also feel like that makes it more realistic. Do you know what I mean? When you're not even thinking about it, so you're really just showing the real steps. Anyways, enough with my little side story. I'm gonna make my second cup of coffee. So I already had my first one. You guys have probably seen, well, you definitely have seen if you watch my other videos, how I do it. I'm gonna try to link the video down below where I like really explain it. But let's just get started making my new favorite like hack of how to get frothy coffee without like the expensive frothers, if you know what I mean. So funny story about this creamer. I am obsessed with it. It's just like the perfect creamer. And you know when you get used to something and nothing really compares, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to be high maintenance, but also it's kind of true. So Brian went to the store, and like one of the main reasons why I'm supposed to go to the store was to get this, because we only get like a select few items from Whole Foods, like the specialty store. We don't shop there as a majority. And he grabbed the wrong one, and the one that I don't like at all. It's like really thick, I don't know. But anyways, I thought it was funny, so I walked downstairs to get it. So it's not even a complaint, because I literally live on top of a store that has it, but it's like so expensive there that I'm like, can I really justify this? And then I still get it. But anyways, how I do it is I pour the creamer into the bottom. I don't know how much, I kind of just like eyeball it. And then I froth it with my trusty little hand frother. Get a nice froth going. Also, this mug, I am so in love with it. My friend M, which I'll link her down below because I already talked about her podcast and everything. She's my bestie and I love her. She got me this mug for my birthday because she's the sweetest person ever, and I'm obsessed with this type of mug and this color scheme. It's called Double M Pottery. I will link them down below, and if she has this mug in stock, I will link that as well. So I use a French press, so I've already poured my leftover coffee into this Yeti because then it keeps it warm, you know what I mean? So we'll do a little like, little janky pour here. Let's just see, but wait until you see the foam starting to come. Hopefully there's enough, hopefully there's enough. Ah! Sorry, that sound was horrible. Oh, just enough. And you can kind of see. Let me tell you guys, it is just too freaking good. So yeah, I usually have my breakfast. This is a very typical day for me, and then I'll have coffee. I usually make enough to have 2 cups of coffee with my oat milk creamer, and then I'm going to work right now, and then I just have lunch when I'm hungry. Honestly, it depends day to day. Sometimes that's 11, sometimes that's 12:30, sometimes that's 1. I really like to listen to my hunger cues when I have the chance, since I have such a flexible schedule at this current time. I mean, I think that's a really good thing to do. Honestly, it changes every single day. I'll talk more about this later on. I always get, as I've said in so many videos, I get too excited when I turn on the camera. I'm like, let me tell my friends every single thing. I haven't talked to them forever. And you guys are probably like, whoa, slow down, girlfriend. But anyways, I'll go into that later. I'm gonna sip my coffee, go and work some, and then we'll get back to it.
All right, so it's now about 9:45. I just came in from outside. I'm gonna have a snack. Today we have a Go Macro Bar. Today is cashew caramel. They're on sale, so I bought a whole box. Not the best flavor in my opinion, but still pretty decent. And I also think I'm gonna have a little Reese's cup today.
Okay, it is like 11:30 and time for lunch for me. I was really hungry today. I feel like studying always takes it out of me. I don't know if anybody else feels the same, but just remember that your brain power makes you require more food too. It's not just physical things. So don't beat yourself up if you're feeling hungrier when you're studying more, when you're doing something really mentally demanding. For lunch, I just did already prepped sweet potatoes with a turkey burger. So I basically just heated those up. And I did a little bit of cauliflower rice underneath that. And then some arugula, hummus, pesto, mustard, all the sauces, and avocado. So I'm gonna eat this, watch this YouTube video, and then get back to work.
Right, it is now 11:30. It is lunchtime. So today we have we got chicken, rice, and spinach. I did it in the Instapot and prepped a bunch for the week. Normally do that on like Sundays. And then just microwave rice and some spinach, and then it's all tossed in some salsa from our favorite Mexican restaurant here in Austin, Licha's Cantina. So that's lunch, and then I'll probably have another snack again this afternoon that I'll show you guys.
Lunch just finished. Milo, you eating your lunch? Just kidding, he just got his little bone. And I don't know, right now I'm honestly feeling something sweet. I don't always have sweets. I'm sorry, this is so freaking heckin' loud. Let's close this. Okay, lunch just finished, and I'm honestly feeling something sweet. Now, I don't always have something sweet following every meal, just because I feel like, not that it's a bad habit, but sometimes I get overly reliant on sugary things, and I don't want that. But also there's something to be said about, if you're craving something, let yourself enjoy it, because if I don't eat this sweet now, I'm probably just gonna crave it later, and it will just be eaten at snack or at dinner. So what's the difference? Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I want some Who chocolates. This is literally the best chocolate brand ever. Actually, let's do, so we have the salty and the hazelnut one. And there's one square left of the hazelnut one, which is just perfect. This is literally my favorite chocolate ever, so you haven't tried. You have to. I will link some of it down below because it can be hard to find. So I suggest buying offline. They have so many good things. And I also have a discount code for this. It doesn't make me any money, but just a little discount to help you if you want to try it out, you know? I could eat a whole entire bar of this chocolate.
All right, it is now about 2:45. Excuse my sweet hard hat hair. Can't talk. Snack, final thing I'll eat at work. I got a peanut butter banana sandwich. Just help me get through the afternoon. I get pretty hungry around now. So that's what I've been doing for snack lately.
I'm here with my pride and joy currently. Cotton candy grapes, guys. If you're wondering if they taste like cotton candy, they do. I promise you, you need to try them. The hype is freaking real. I'm just gonna have like 3 handfuls of these or something. With my snacks, it goes very up and down. Sometimes I will snack in the afternoon, sometimes I won't snack in the afternoon, sometimes I'll just have a snack like grapes, sometimes I'll have like a Go Macro bar or a whole yogurt bowl. It really just depends on my hunger, and I don't like force myself to eat a snack if I don't want one, but I also don't restrict myself from having a snack if I do. And I have been having coffee, oat milk lattes specifically, as you saw earlier, every day as well, pretty much for this week because I'm studying. So yes, that'll be like my little snack combo. Okay guys, dinner time. This is the meal that Brian and I typically only eat together on the weekdays. That and dessert, which is of course another meal in itself. And we are doing Sunbasket. So I am obsessed with Sunbasket. My family used to get it all the time. And Brian and I just got to the point where we wanted to get it as well. Today is one of those like little pre-prepped ones. Oh, that looks so good. It's paella. So they have the option of doing ones where you get all the ingredients and you make it, but they also have these ones that are already just done and you literally pop them in the oven.
I think they call them like speedy meals.
Speedy meals, speedy, speedy, speedy. So we're really excited. I also freaking love paella. Much. So we're gonna eat this. I'm so hungry and so excited to eat.
And for dessert, here we go. This is what it's all about. Whose recipe is this? What cookies are these?
Chocolate for basil.
Chocolate for basil. Chocolate chip cookies, and then some of these mistake cookies that Mal says are terrible, but I think are delicious. So she says they're garbage, but clearly I've eaten all of them.
Aww.
Look, they're like a little nugget of perfect cookie dough. They're so good. I'm having one.
We crushed this recipe. Also, we pretty much have dessert every night. I wish this idea of dessert being so negative should not be a thing.
I feel like it's like Finding Nemo when they're like, fish are friends, not food. Dessert is friend. And food. Okay, I should not be on camera.
Okay. Hello everybody. We are here together to do a little debrief. We actually have a lot of helpful tips and we went over the things that we wanted to talk about with kind of the differences of our diet and how we deal with that, I guess I would say, both in a sense of just being two people that have different needs that live together. So this could go from your parents, your roommates, your boyfriend, whatever. But it also, on another twist, what do you do when you have someone with a disordered eating past, maybe that still has those thoughts creep up, aka me, versus someone that does not have that. And now today we're not really going to dive into the challenge of having both of those people. I do think that's a good topic, but we're just gonna address it.
Video for another day.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna address it for what we talked about. So as you saw, we kind of went through the day and did little comparisons of what I had versus what Brian had. And we just wanted to chat about that. So let's start off with breakfast.
Breakfast.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say start off with Brian.
Oh.
So.
No. So we started off with breakfast. So you guys saw Brian had pre-workout. He goes to the gym first thing in the morning. So obviously, as he said, that's on his food. But that is his first thing he starts off with. Versus I didn't picture this, but I do start off with like water, lemon water, just because I like the taste of lemon.
It's kind of like my morning coffee because I don't have coffee till later, so.
Yeah, but you didn't even have coffee that day.
No.
Yeah, so he doesn't have coffee.
Been trying to cut down on the caffeine a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, he doesn't have coffee every day. Anyway, we're already getting sidetracked. See, this is the, Brian! Oh, you have something in your teeth too. So not that different start to the day. And then honestly, I feel like breakfast for us is usually pretty similar. I would say the biggest difference is you'll add more of a calorically dense food to your meal. So say we both have a yogurt bowl, you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of peanut butter almost, whereas I'll have like 1.
Yeah.
Not actually that we count tablespoons. I'm just estimating.
I just put in a big heaping pile and she doesn't.
Yeah.
But also I have the protein shake in the morning because I work out.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's like, but I spaced that out a little bit.
Yeah, so honestly, I guess we don't even need to go specifically through meals. I think that's the biggest thing that you will note between Brian and I's meals. Honestly, our breakfast, lunch, and dinner are not the exact same size, but I would say similar in size, but he will add more of a food. So he'll just have more, but the biggest difference that you saw between us is that he has more snacks than I do. So I did do little snacks throughout the day, but Brian, you always have those snacks.
Yeah. They're like pretty regimented, like in my schedule too, like at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's usually the same thing pretty much the same thing every day too.
Exactly, whereas my snacks change so much. One day I'll want a snack, the next day I won't. I will go macro bar or I won't. And I talked about that in the video a little bit. And it just really depends on the day, I feel like, for me.
Yeah.
And that's where I listen to my hunger cues. But when we take that into, say, a day where we're together, so let's take it out of this day, because you kind of saw the differences. Pretty much our dinner, I would say, is the most similar meal. We pretty much eat the same amounts most of the time.
Yeah, like sometimes
we'll have a little more.
Yeah, like I'll take more chicken or add a little more rice or something than she will, but that's basically it.
Yeah, exactly. So then if we talk about a day where we're together, like today, it's a weekend, we're eating meals together.
Yeah.
And most of the meals we try to eat the same, but I would say the biggest difference, again, is that he'll add more at each meal. So say we're having lunch together, he has an entire half of an avocado where I have a 1/4. And, or you had an entire protein shake after your workout, whereas I didn't, like an actual smoothie.
Yeah, or like I'll have 2 chicken sausage, you have 1.
Yeah.
That's like the most common one.
Exactly, so we still try to make it so that we can eat the same meal together, but just because I feel like that's a better experience, and also it's good to learn how to compromise on food with the person that you're living with, whoever that is. Unless, of course, I guess it's a roommate and you don't cook together. But I think that most of y'all watching this video are thinking, like, how do you navigate having the same food?
Yeah.
Now, what we want to talk about specifically is this doesn't even necessarily have to be with disordered eating. This can actually just be like when you feel picky or when you want a specific meal too, or you're very specific about your foods. But that territory also comes with stuff like disordered eating. So they kind of go hand in hand. You can take it wherever you are. So I am the one that has more of a disordered past with food, and Brian is also less picky, I would say, in certain ways with food.
Yeah.
So how we deal with that for me specifically, someone that still has those thoughts come up, is that it's like a little tango, I feel like. You know what I mean? So obviously, for example, with the peanut butter bowl, sometimes, or the yogurt bowl, putting peanut butter in it, Brian would give me like 3 tablespoons. Like I'm literally talking like this much peanut butter, and I'm not exaggerating. You can literally say that.
I like peanut butter.
And that's also before a workout, like on a Saturday when you're making my bowl. Yeah. So for me, that's way too much. That will make me feel sick.
Yeah.
So he's had to learn how to make sure not to give me too much, because I have a hard time not eating things, so I will eat it and then I feel like crap. Or one time he gave me a 1/2 pound of turkey for my dinner. It's okay if you eat that much, but for my personal body, I don't need that much food, whereas he may.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big difference. But at the same time, Brian does things that help me to push those boundaries if maybe I'm doing them for the wrong reason. So I don't want to have whatever it is just because I'm afraid of that food. So like, for example, I know you had something you wanted to share.
Well, like we'll go to dinner or something and I'll kind of just order an appetizer and it's like, it's here. You don't have a choice. We're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Like chips and guac if we go to like one of our favorite Mexican restaurants or something. Like, not if it's something obviously like that doesn't sit well in her stomach, but if it's something that she can eat, like I'll kind of just order it.
Yeah, and exactly. And then on the flip side, I help Ryan to see, I mean, with my background as a dietitian,
I eat a lot more veggies than I used to.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, so I'll help him eat a veggie. Not that every meal has to eat a veggie, but Brian could go 5 days and then be like, have you eaten a veggie?
Potatoes are vegetables,
and he's
right?
like, are potatoes vegetables? And I'm like, not in this sense. And he just goes, oh.
I do know what a vegetable is. It's not actually like that. But yeah, I don't make it a priority. So she definitely helps me like stay more balanced, nutrient balanced.
Yeah, basically I would say the biggest thing with all of this though is not trying to control the other person. So letting go that feeling that you need to have basically an impact or they need to eat how you want them to eat. So for example, with me, I struggle with sometimes Brian will literally want a snack like 55 seconds after we just ate breakfast and I'm like, we just ate breakfast. But if he's actually hungry, I shouldn't be telling him not to eat. That's literally against what I talk about, intuitive eating. I more say it just because I literally get annoyed because he always wants a snack. But regardless,
she definitely,
I shouldn't say that.
She definitely makes me think about it though. She's like, are you actually hungry or are you bored?
Yes.
And I have to be like, well, I've been working on my computer for 3 hours, so I'm probably bored.
Well, there's a mix though. Yeah. I mean, you just have to find what's right balance. And I never would want to make him not eat if he's hungry, but that can be my tendency. And as I said, more because I'm just tired of you always asking me what you should have for a snack.
Yeah.
But on the same side of that, I will do things where maybe I don't want food for like a certain type of food, or I don't want as much food. And Brian in the past more used to push me and push me and push me, which would frustrate me and make me feel upset. Not because it was like a fear food, but just because I felt like you weren't respecting.
Yeah. Thanks, Milo.
He wasn't respecting my boundaries, and yet on the same token, there were also times where I should have a snack because I actually was hungry, and him pushing me a little bit and saying like, well, if you're saying you're hungry, why don't you have a snack is helpful. So I feel like all this information is super ambiguous, but honestly, it's because we're all people and we're all so complex.
But we've gotten pretty good at it actually. Like now the biggest issue we have is like timing. Like she'll want to eat dinner like a lot earlier than I do usually or something like that. Or I feel like I'm always starving when I wake up and I'm like, we woke up, let's eat breakfast. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
We gotta wait.
So I think that's hard is it's just as with every single thing in life. It's all just compromising, but not also making yourself feel uncomfortable. Now, if you have that disordered eating, you should be making yourself feel a little uncomfortable because you need to push your boundaries around food, and that's good. But there's no benefit to making yourself overly uncomfortable because then you're just gonna cause animosity in the relationship, and it's not gonna lead to good communication, which communication, especially with stuff like this, I feel like is really everything. Yeah. It's even like communicating before you have that meal, like, you know, for dinner, what are we gonna have, etc.
Yeah, and like it's good to communicate too. Like I prep my meals for like the week for work because I get up early, so it's like she'll know what I made for lunch that day, so that way I don't eat rice 2 meals in a row, or like sweet potatoes 2 meals in a row, stuff like that, or I didn't eat chicken for 5 meals straight. Like
yeah, exactly.
So communicating is definitely, I think, like the biggest part.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's most of the things you want to cover. Do you have any closing thoughts? Don't get crazy.
Who's got the Reese's cup?
Oh yeah. All right guys, well we had so much fun filming this video. Let us know what you think of it down below. Let us know if you have any video ideas. Of course, as I said in the beginning of this video, this was literally suggested by someone that listened to the podcast we did. We dive further into a lot of these topics that we just touched on in
y'all
M's
should
podcast.
definitely listen to that podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it.
Like correlation with the with the YouTube.
I agree. I think that's really helpful. It dives a lot deeper into it. But as I said, one of you guys suggested this. We love this video, but let us know if you liked it down below. Let us know if you have any ideas that you want me to film. It's not Brian's channel, but he tries to like slip in here. Some of you guys say that you like it. And we really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and definitely hit that subscribe button so I can see you back here again. I post videos every single Sunday. And yeah, are we ready? Bye.